All right, film lovers, thanks for joining us here tonight outside Grauman's Egyptian Theater for AFI Festival, running November 6th through the 13th here in Hollywood. We are at the red carpet premiere of Ineherent Vice tonight, which stars Joaquin Phoenix, Maya Rudolph, Josh Brolin, and is directed by Academy Award winner Paul Thomas Anderson. So we're with Sally Kirkland, Golden Globe winner, Oscar nominee. You're here at AFI 2014. What brings you out tonight? Is it this film in particular, or the fest in general that you want to support?
Well, I'm an AFI member, so I support the festival, of course, but I'm a real fan of Paul Thomas Anderson's films, and particularly Boogie Nights and Magnolia and The Master. And I've been to the Egyptian over a period of 40 years a lot, and this has history for me. And I love Joaquin Phoenix and Josh Brolin and Reese Witherspoon, and I figure I'm going to have a great time. And I open in a movie December 5th at the Laemmle Music Hall called Archaeology of a Woman, and this year I'm going for all the awards.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about that film.
Well, I play a woman who has dementia, who was part of a crime 30 years ago, and it's all coming to the surface with the press now. And I spin out of control the more and more my past comes up to the present. And I have a mother-daughter relationship out of Edward Albee, who's afraid of Virginia Woolf. And it's extremely moving. Alzheimer's, extremely moving. And we opened in New York September 12th. I got rave reviews from Rex Reed and Michael Musto. I just got a rave review from Kevin Thomas and Liz Smith, and everybody's celebrating this movie.
We're here with Joanne Sellery, the producer of the film tonight. Tell us about, this is the first book to movie, I think, right, that Paul has made, and I know you've been on a lot of his projects.
There We Ballad was based on Upton Sinclair's novel Oil, but it was a much more loose adaptation, much more like a starting point, and then Paul kind of went off on his own, whereas this is very, very close to the book.
So how was that, adapting this book to the screen?
I think it was a pretty tough job for him, yeah. I mean, it's a novel with so complex, and so obviously he had to cut parts of it down. I think he did a really good job in like transferring it from the book to the screen and making it kind of more accessible than maybe the book was. But it's just like a really fun kind of dark comedy, and the period is fantastic, like 1969-70, and the music and everything.
You have obviously a lot of really big names leading the cast with Joaquin and Maya and Josh Brolin. You also have a lot of supporting actors that are kind of brand new. So tell us, when you kind of make those decisions as a producer, how do you go about that, the casting, or do you have them in mind going into it?
Well, this gave us a big opportunity because there's, a lot of actors that Paul's wanted to work with over the years, or they've wanted to work with him, and because it's such a large cast, like, he went into it thinking like, oh, I love Martin Short to be like this crazy coat-out dentist. So it was like from the beginning he like wanted Martin Short, but like for Martin Short he didn't have to like commit to like an 8-week shoot. He could just come in and do a couple of days. And he like really wanted to work with Jenna Malone and Benicio del Toro, Reese Witherspoon. But then again, he like wanted a new face for Shasta, who's like the leading female role. And he auditioned, he looked at a lot of people on tape and everything, and he was just like blown away with Catherine Waterston, who he ended up cast. It's fantastic. And then like for Joaquin, like his character Doc, his sidekick is Dinas, this guy who's Dinas, like you pronounce it like penis, Dinas. And that was like a new kid, and the woman who plays this character called Jade, who runs the sort of like massage parlor, she was like a new find. So those people, like, he didn't have in mind, but our casting director, who's fabulous, called Cassandra Kulakundus, who's been working with us for years, she found out those people and got them to audition for Paul, and that's really how he found those people.
Okay. All right, how are you guys doing tonight? We're here at the Ineherent Vice premiere. Tell us how it feels to be on the red carpet for AFI tonight.
It feels cool, but what's really cool for me as an actor is to be in a Paul Thomas Anderson movie.
Yeah, we love AFI though. That means a lot.
What was it like working with him? People say that he really is like an actor's director and is really supportive on set.
Well, no doubt about it. He is an actor's director, and he likes actors, and he knows how to utilize actors, as all his movies show.
That's why they're so good. Tell us about your role in the film.
Well, I'm Mickey Wolfen, and everybody's after Mickey. You got to find Mickey. You know where Mickey is?
You get found?
Find Mickey. Oh yeah, I get found, and it's a little bit unfortunate, which you'll find out.
All right, we're here with Yvette. Tell us a little bit about your role in this film, and I love your dress, by the way. It's stunning.
Yeah, well, I'm in the film as Luz, and I'm the assistant / lover of Mickey Wolfen, who's gone missing, and Doc has to find him, and I'm one of the characters that come upon his journey. And so you'll have to see what happens, but it's a lot of fun. It's an amazing cast.
What was it like working with people like Joaquin Phoenix and Josh Brolin and being directed by Paul Thomas Anderson?
I was like, is this real? It was like one of those moments, you know, you admire everyone's work, and then to be on the set and working with them just on an equal playing field, it's surreal. But it's so amazing, and I'm just so humbled to be a part of it.
Last question, tell us who makes this amazing dress.
Well, of course, Adolfo Sanchez, this dress, my earrings, Sarah Haynes, and I love their work.
We're here with Michelle, and you're in the film. Tell us a little bit about your role in the movie.
Well, I play Clancy Sherlock. I'm looking for my brother who's been kidnapped, and I'm pretty much a badass. So,
Got a bit of an edge on you?
yeah, I know. I'm very confident.
And what was it like, obviously, working with stars like Joaquin Phoenix and Josh Brolin and being directed by someone like Paul Thomas Anderson?
So amazing. It was unbelievable. I worked a lot with Joaquin and, of course, Paul, and I just was very honored to be playing on their playground, and felt very safe and exciting.
We're here with Jordan, and you are in the film. Tell us a little bit about your role, and I think that you play kind of alongside Joaquin Phoenix in this, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Dinas. I'm a dirty hippie sidekick stoner cohort to Doc. They call me his muscle a lot, although I'm not sure how true that is. I'm kind of just hanging out. I'm along for the ride, you know.
And what was it like kind of getting in that mindset of the 60s, the hippie culture?
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun, you know, like incense and just the music and the dress and the style and everything. It was easy, honestly, just because there's so much there. You know what I mean? There's so much to get lost in. It's such a crazy time, and there's so much going on. It's just like a plethora of stuff to get entangled in, you know? It's a lot of fun, but...
And people say Paul Thomas Anderson is really like an actor's director. Did you find that working with him?
It is, because he really caters his approach to each actor. You know, with me, this was my first gig, and he didn't want me to overthink it, and so we had very little communication. We talked at the beginning, and then we really had very little communication because he was afraid he was going to get in my head. And it was just, you know, I didn't realize that afterwards. I was like, oh man, he's like not feeling me or something, you know? And afterwards I realized that's kind of just his genius, you know? That's just him knowing what he wants out of people, out of the actors. And so, yeah, he's a good guy.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us here tonight at the Ineherent Vice premiere. We can't wait to get inside and check out the film. We just saw stars Josh Brolin and Joaquin Phoenix get whisked into the theater, so we'll be joining them in just a moment, and we will be joining you again here on the red carpet throughout the rest of AFI Fest, which ends November 13th.